were like, man, you're in a good mood. Yes, because it's March Madness. It's like I'm always in a good mood in March Madness. But, yeah, another winning day for me. I think Brian had a winning day as well. So hopefully you guys all cashed. A lot of the games that we disagreed on, I think, on the show, I think they were pretty much split down the middle on those. I think I hit a few of my dogs, my App State and the other ones, but I think and Gonzaga, and I think a few of the other ones I was wrong. So I think it was a good mix, and it's like that's part of the show. I know some people think like I'm always disagreeing with everyone, but actually, if you look at the big picture and you kind of go back and go over all the shows, we actually agree on almost all of them. It's just the ones that we don't seem to get highlighted because we get into a spirited debate about it. It doesn't mean we're not friends. It doesn't mean we're putting each other down. Believe me, it's like. We were putting each other down in spirited, or mean-spirited about it, then it wouldn't be the show, It's like we're all on the same team here. So we don't have to agree on every game. That's for sure. We all have our own different methodologies, and one thing might say one thing and one thing might say another. And that's just the way that it works. That's why there are two sides to every game. That's why there's action on each side of every game. That's why we have 40 different handicappers. So you can, different people have different styles. So no reason to, what do you call it? Get your panties in an uproar, right? Over me and Brian arguing over a game once in a while. It happens. Rod and I don't agree on every game either. That's for sure. So it happens.
I don't think there's 40 handicappers.
Less ink when Rod and I disagree. Because I think it's like, by the time we get to him, because I go Brian first, and he goes to Rod, it's like I'm already gassed. I'm too gassed to be condescending on his mix. I'll just take the other side quietly and walk. But I thought that was not a winning day. It was for me. I had North Dakota State. I had North Dakota State. I had Northern Kentucky, who lost, and then I had who was the other one? I had Northern Kentucky. Oh, Greensboro. So it was 2-1. I don't know how that isn't a winning day. I don't know. I'm missing it, and
3-0 for me.
Yeah, Brian was 3-0, and then in the premium area, I was 1-1 in those picks. I gave out Northern Kentucky and Greensboro. So I was 1-1 in those. So I don't know. No idea.
I think we did all right for premium.
Yeah, for premium, for the YouTube premium, I was 1-1. For my real premium, my regular premium, my on-site premium, I was, Northeastern was crap, but they weren't a premium pick for me. Actually, the pick I felt stronger about those, and the one that I did give out on the premium show, even though it went against the consensus of cappers, was App State, right? I said it on the show. I said it about 100 times. I'm not going to sit here and defend myself. We can do this all day long.
Guys with that Northeastern, I love Northeastern yesterday. I lost that game, but I would take them again today.
I know one thing about sports bettors, and it's the same with me because I'm in the club, right? I'm the same as you guys, right? When the guy misses the dunk, last night for Greensboro, right? I was ready to ask my wife. She's like, what happened? Is everything okay? I'm like, this guy has a breakaway dunk and hits the little thing behind the rim, and the ball goes over the top of the basket. She's like, so it's just, and I also had Elon, right? They slaughtered Hofstra. They slaughtered. So
that was a shocker. I thought Hofstra was shocked.
I said Elon on the show. I said Elon in the video. I loved him. But, I like Northern Kentucky a lot. Obviously they were a premium pick, and they did not come through. I would give that one less on Northern Kentucky and the way they played to Oakland, man. They were lights out. We'll talk about them in a little bit. They were really, really amazing. That zone, they could not crack that zone. They could not crack it, and they were just throwing up prayers, and it's like that is not going to work. we've seen that. Every shot looks like a desperation shot. It's kind of like when Clemson plays Virginia, they just match up really poorly against them, right? It's just every shot looks like a heave. And that's exactly what it looked like with Northern Kentucky against Oakland. Oakland a chance to make the NCAA tournament with a losing record. It's not something that we've never seen before. Usually when they end up in the NCAA tournament with a losing record, they stick them in that play-in game in Dayton next week. So we'll have to see how that all lands, if they can get it done. Yeah, I mean, Oakland allows 83 points a game. We're not giving them a spot in the NCAA tournament just yet. I mean, they still are that team, but when they've played Cleveland State this year, they lost both games, but the second one was super tight. It came right. It could have easily gone either way, and I think it was a 2-pointer at the end, but. We'll get into it. Of course, lots of basketball. Not as many games today as I originally thought, but still a good card. But tomorrow is when it really starts to go, and the NBA restarts tomorrow with 2 games. We were talking about that before the show. I'm gonna have a feeling we're gonna disagree on some games today, like we always do. But I saw some people buying the 2-for-1 capper packages. That is the deal. If people ask, what should I get? What's the best deal? Whatever. The 2-for-1 monthly capper packages, unless you want to buy a yearly, which is the best deal. The best other deal outside of that is the 2-for-1 capper packages. I think it's like less than $450. You get 2 cappers for the month. Like my monthly's like $329. So it's less than buy one, get one half price. It's actually less than that. It's not a great deal for me. I don't know why I'm pumping it. All right, I'll shut up about it.
You need a coupon code.
I'll let Brian Bittler break me and Rod with their March Madness package instead. Coupon
code.
Don't even get me into it. Don't even get me started, man. Coupon code, idiot. Coupon code, dum-dum. Oh, man. Don't even get me don't even take me down that road. The show will get ugly in a hurry. Anyways, let's get started with today's action. The lines are starting to. I figured I would give the lines a little time to percolate here and kind of delay a little bit, give people a chance to join us. Anyways, let's get to it. I'm just watching. The lines are just moving already because a lot of these came out late. But definitely some action cooking. And here we go. Early games. Pitt versus Miami. Duke, Boston College. Quinnipiac, Iona. Southeast Louisiana, McNeese. Cal State, Northridge against Long Beach State. What up, Beaches? Brian, any of these 5?
Yeah, late last night I was really into Boston College going into this morning when I got up, but this line's really starting to percolate and move, and it really looks like Duke is the play here now, up to 13.5 in some spots. Big bettors coming in. Duke has looked lifeless most of the season, but I think they turned it on here. Boston College is just that bad. I think Duke wins this one by 20. And then I'm going to take a slight lean to the Miami Hurricanes. I think it's a bonus getting points. I think they're the better team against Pitt. Even though Miami, doesn't have their full roster, I think they can beat Pitt outright. So I'm going to sprinkle money line and also take the spread for a little bit more.
I think, so Brian, I know you're a line watcher, so here's a question. Most people are ready for me to bash your picks. So here's the thing, right? And you talk about the Duke game, right? And I see the same thing, right? I mean, I'm looking at the same game. And I look at it both ways, and it's like I was going to take Duke, and because of the line movement and all the pressure on it, I'm actually off them now, and I'm not playing the game at all. I'm not jumping on Boston College anytime soon. Don't get me wrong, but it's that's not going to happen. That is not happening. And but because we have a limited amount of games today. It's March Madness. Everyone's kind of chomping at the bit. We're ready for March Madness, right? Gonzaga's playing. They're, if they win today, they're the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. They don't win today, they might not be the number 1 overall seed. We have, a limited amount of games early. Like tomorrow and especially Thursday and Friday, right? We got real early action, tons of it, right? So, if there's going to be a lot of games, so there'll be some games that slip through the cracks. On something like this, though, you got Duke all alone. The Chiefs stands alone, man. At 4:30 start. It's kind of like Monday Night Football, where it's like the money gets so mixed up, and it's not like it's the only game in town like Monday Night Football. There's other games on the board where the public's got nowhere else to go. So how much of that big money is actually just public money that's hitting this thing because the public is betting and, more than ever, right? The public is...
Joe Blow looks at the game and he goes, wow, they met last time. It was a 1-point game. Now I'm getting 13, 12 and a half.
But this is the first March Madness. This is the first March Madness with legal sports betting outside of Las Vegas. This is the first one. And there's been illegal betting outside of Las Vegas for a very long time. But this is the first one. This is the very, very first. This is the Virgin March Madness, right? We almost had it last year with a couple of states, but we have a lot more states now. And next year will even be a whole nother, we'll have to reevaluate again next year. But now all of a sudden, it's like, look at all these jerseys. Look at the handle in Jersey and Pennsylvania, that they're putting up for these games. So the public does have a lot more access to betting than they've ever had in the past. So the game like this one scares me a little bit. The Gonzaga game, I think, is similar because you're seeing action, but there's enough public access. It used to just be, there's these guys in Vegas, these sharps, right, that can go in there and they can move the line because, how many people are actually in Vegas? But that's not the case anymore. Also, a lot of people, they didn't want to use offshore, They didn't want to use the offshore books. So a lot of people that never bet before online on apps and period are betting now. Guys that used to just do bracket pools, right, are now betting on games. Guys that used to do fantasy sports are now betting on games. You think that impacts this percentages and numbers at all? And that's why yesterday was so whacked for a lot of people.
Yep.
I think people got. On a light card yesterday, I'm going to guess Vegas made a killing. I'm going to guess they absolutely had one of their biggest days of the year on a light card, right?
And a lot of guys that lost would throw their money in on BYU late last night and make it even worse.
That would be like stop the pounding. That would be the bad chase.
Good old Pepe comes through in overtime yesterday. I didn't stay up for that.
You had Montreal though, right? Montreal Canadiens, right?
Who?
Montreal Canadiens.
No, I had the Minnesota Wild yesterday.
No, in our other premium though, right? Did they?
I did.
Rod did. They won, right?
I did. No, they lost.
They lost? They were winning.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Gave up a goal late and then lost in overtime.
Rod, what do you think of these early games? This is, especially with these 3 ACCs today. I avoided these 3 like the plague. I'll be honest with you. I just think, like, tomorrow, at least there's some Big 10 and some Big 12, right, to hide behind. I think there is. But today it's just these 3 ACCs sitting out there, naked.
and I'm looking like the kid that says run. That's all I can hear in my head.
Yeah, I don't want any part of it. See anything in these 5 earlies?
For me, the only one I'm going to take a shot with CS Northridge here over Long Beach. Long Beach 2-8 in the last 10 games, 5-5 against the number. I think the better team is CSU Northridge. I'll take them over Long Beach. That's the only one I like in this spot of games. The other one I might take a shot with, I lean in Boston College and Duke to go over the number. I think.
I like Miami because I'm a straight homer. I also will go with Quinnipiac against Iona. I mean, Iona against Quinnipiac. Other way. Sorry about that. People say, you said Quinnipiac. No. I'll say it again. Iona. There's a thing about March Madness that you also have to remember. There's a handful of coaches that are just the best March Madness coaches. And Rick Pitino is in that handful. He has done it wherever he has been. Big school, small school. Red ho, blue ho. It doesn't matter. This guy is always relevant. True story. When I was in college at Boston University, Rick Pitino was our head coach. We went to the Sweet 16. This guy knows what he's doing when it comes to these tournaments, man. It's like we beat Ohio State. It was like, what? What just happened? It's like, it was like, you know how they said the big upsets in March Madness? It was us. We got to do it. You know, I was in college. It was awesome, man. Rick Pitino was our coach. It's like, who's this guy? Oh, hey, he's our guy. Some guy walking down the street, you know, just like everybody else. You know, you wouldn't even know. It's like irrelevant, right? Crazy. But that is how it works. But here he is at Iona. You imagine what the other coaches are in that conference in March Madness, what their March Madness record is. You think they got a couple rings? You think they got a Louisville tattoo on their shoulder? You think they've got, you think they've ever coached at Rupp Arena, coaching the Wildcats? It's like they don't just give that gig to anybody. Same thing at Louisville. It's like Denny Crum, Rick Pitino. I mean, look at how few coaches they've had. It's a bad spot for anybody else, and it's nothing against Quinnipiac at all. So those Quinnipiac fans out there, easy sluggers. We need Romanelli here for that Southeast Louisiana game. We got Notre Dame and Wake Forest, Cleveland State and Oakland. How about this? You got a team that's 18-7 against a team that's 12-17 and a 2.5 point spread. I don't know. It doesn't look odd to me. Drexel versus Elon. After Elon beating JAMU and Hofstra, they're 4.5 point dog to Drexel. I don't know. This is March Madness, right? Bryant versus Mount St. Mary's. Fairfield versus Manhattan. Is it supposed to be, is it this easy or am I just getting duped? I don't know. We're going to find out, I guess, right? Brian, any of those gems?
Yeah, with that group of games, I'm going to be on Oakland. That number looks really light, getting 2 points. I was on Cleveland State yesterday. I was on both of these teams actually yesterday, and they both cashed. But I think we see the Cleveland State that was playing first half against Oakland. And I think Oakland just wins it outright. So I don't think we'll even need the points. Then the other one, I'm going to take the Manhattan Jaspers. They got absolutely dismantled by the Fairfield Stags just a few days ago. 4 days ago, I think it was. So now it's a -1 Manhattan. I think they get revenge and take out Fairfield there.
I think I got 2 on that one. -2.
-2.
Yeah, across the board, -2s on Manhattan.
No worries. Easy. Layup. Jaspers.
How is Oakland only a 2.5 point dog? They're 2 in some spots. I see 1-3 out there at Pinnacle, but everything else is 2.5s, right?
I would think that'd be 4.5.
Two's at the Jersey books, right? 2's at the Jersey books. Cleveland State is 18-7. They've been busting people up this season. I don't know, man. That zone looked sick last night. Rod? Any of these?
For me.
5.
For
right?
me in
There's
this
five.
time.
There's 5.
For me in this time slot, I think that's too many points. I'll take Wake. I know they played awful, but I'll take Wake Forest plus the points. Notre Dame there. I think that's just too many. Good letdown spot. Sure, Notre Dame beat Florida State, but how many free throws did they get in that game? It was like they handed it to him in that one. So I'll take Wake. I think that's too many points. Notre Dame is not that good to be trying to lay 8 with them. That's all I like in that spot. I'm not loving today's card at all.
Not that this is the first time this has ever happened, but I see some of the dumbest comments coming through ever. I don't think Northern Kentucky was trash at all. This was a team that played extremely hot the last half of the season and, came into that game with a full head of steam. I think you got to give the credit where the credit is due, and that is Oakland, who played lights out. I don't think Northern Kentucky even played that bad in that game. Oakland's defense was just suffocating. How could you put that one on Northern Kentucky and not give it to the hot team? I mean, that's what March Madness is. I mean, you guys clearly don't get it. It's like there's people out there. I mean, they clearly don't understand betting March Madness. I mean, that is what it is, man. That is what it is. I had Northern Kentucky last night. I'm not calling them trash. They weren't trash at all.
Betting
And
March Madness.
if you look at the numbers, I bet that one again. I'd bet it again, man. I would have bet it again. Clearly don't understand it. See, and here's a comment that makes me like Oakland even more. This one. Brian, Ethan Wallace, you're taking a terrible Oakland team against a red-hot Cleveland State team -2. Brian, do you know anything about betting? I wonder what this guy's record was yesterday on one of the toughest short card days of the year. I mean, Brian was 3-0 yesterday. I'll give it to him. I was 2-1, and I'll tell you what, I felt like I'd been in I felt like I had a losing day.
I just feel like Cleveland State at -2. It just seems like it's, I don't know, too easy for me to be on that.
Exactly. It's way too easy.
Better basketball.
It's the sucker bet of the century.
I'm not betting a farm on it, but
I mean, this is the time of year. I mean, this is March, and it's like if you think games are over in the first 10 minutes or the first 5 minutes, then you've never seen March Madness, because what makes March Madness is this is where those half-court shots for the outright go in. This is when it happens, Remember the South Dakota State game a couple years ago against Texas in the NCAA tournament? They inbound it. Dom throws it in from half court. Bang! I was at Westgate Sportsbook. I thought the building was going to collapse. The people were screaming so loud. It was just like there was more people in the Westgate Sportsbook when that shot went down than there were in at the stadium where the game was being played, and it was bananas, And then right after that, Cincinnati hit the reverse layup against San Diego State, less than a minute later. It was awesome. That was one of those. Normally we remember our losers, right? And it's like that's the curse of doing this, and doing all those videos and everything, is that it's easy for people to point out the losers, but they don't say anything about the App State or the Elons or the other ones that we had yesterday. And that's all fine and well. I know it's what I signed up for. But I'd see it the opposite on that. If you knew anything about sports betting, you would say, man, that looks funny. That looks really strange. Yeah. Cleveland State only laying 2? Yeah, that looks strange as hell. They should be like a 9-point favorite in this game. Because they would be doing whatever they can to get Oakland money, right? They'd be doing whatever they could do. It's not about who they think is going to win. It's about trying to drum up money on the other side. You'd be thinking they'd be out there on the street corner begging for Oakland money with a can and a guitar. Oakland. I don't know, man. I'll fund the Oakland Fund. See, yep. Brian and I do agree on something. Oakland. I don't know. The hell do I know?
If I was adding a fourth premium, that would be it.
Well, you don't know anything about sports betting. Ask Ethan Wallace.
No.
Be sure to hit the like button, Ethan. Be sure to smash it. Thank you. I don't think NKU is hot garbage. I don't agree with you guys at all. I don't think that was the case. I think it was Oakland. I think you got to give credit where credit is due. Nothing worse than the bitter better. It's true, man. It's true. It's true. Or the guy, And Higgs gets a little like this,
I think you saw the same thing with the line yesterday, though, with Oakland. That line was only at 2 or
everything's
so.
bad. There's not going to be a season. Doesn't Higgs get like that on you
There's another
sometimes?
guy that's
I
like
love
that.
Higgs, man. I love him. But it's like he gets like
Season's
that
over.
on me. Oh, it's bad. No one's betting. I'm like, everyone's betting, man. It's fucking crazy. It's nuts. It's like, I'm sleeping 2 hours a night because I'm answering emails. Everyone's betting. Crazy, man. It's like, that's why I'm like I am. I have sleep 0, man. Look at me. I'm all puffy in March Madness. Love it. Rice versus Southern Miss. North Dakota State, the Bison up against Oral Roberts. I don't understand how the Bison ended up favored in this game. They're not anymore. Someone woke up and said, what? It's like, how did that happen? Gonzaga versus BYU. Cal State Fullerton against Poly. A little bit of pressure actually here on that 6 on Fullerton. And Incarnate Word Up is now plus 2.5 against Houston Baptist. There's some really good teams there. That's for the degenerate, the 9 o'clock tip off, degenerate bailout parlay. Let me just throw in Houston Baptist for the hell of it. It's like, I know they're 5-18 and laying points. I understand that. I did say about the middle games. I said I like Oakland. I like Oakland. I also like Manhattan. I agree with Brian there as well. Another one that looks weird.
Oh, I love the Jaspers.
Yeah, it looks weird. I also like Brian. I did videos on all these games.
Out of those late games that you mentioned, if I could, I'd probably take a pass like Ruffalo did. But it's my job to give out some picks here. I'm going to do a degenerate pick on BYU. I just think they're a good, solid team. Should be in the NCAA tournament. As long as they don't get the barn doors blown off against Gonzaga. So I'm going to take BYU plus the points for a little bit of money. Keep me interested in that game, but it's nothing I'm rushing to bet.
I forgot to do this. Forgot to put the link for the premium. You can put it, and then someone told me, they're like, hey, you could just pin that to the top. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I did that during the drive-thru, but nobody clicked it. So, do I get sick of repeating the same stuff at the beginning and the end of every video? No, I don't. Not at all. Actually, I like it. And because it's not those people that have seen the videos before, see, there's a thing where that you can move it forward. Right? And you guys know when I start talking about a game, that's when I put the spread, right? The 2 teams in the spread. So you could just forward right to that part where it's just the 2 teams in the spread. And then you could watch that, going forward, or you could just even go right to the pick, right? You have the ability to do that. But someone who's never been to our channel before, and someone that's never seen one of my videos before, and someone who's never seen Pick Dogs before, and someone who's never seen Sports Chat before, including like the first time that you saw our videos, when you saw that, it kind of let you a little bit know who we are. And I think that that's so important because it's not just about you. It's about our community and growing our community to new sports bettors. So I don't get sick of it ever. Ever. So that's it. I've heard that before. But I don't get sick of it. Brian, do you get sick of new people coming?
Well, you could do a little, like some places do, just dub in you saying that in a different outfit every day,
Oh.
Instead of hey, welcome. It could be you in like a shirt and tie. It's a cutscene.
I could do this. I'm not fat. Okay.
I'm not going to make fun of anybody today because I want to win. I don't want bad mojo.
I'm not fat. See? It's my hands. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Yeah, the Jackrabbits tried to get it done, but they didn't. Not a premium for me, thankfully. How do you become a handicapper for Pick Dogs? We had a contest. A contest. We had a contest to get handicappers, and we did get a few from the contest. Right now, we're not actively looking for handicappers, but if you have a track record at a website of putting in picks every day with write-ups and a consistent thing, give me a link to the website. I'll take a look at it, and I can decide if you fit what we're trying to do.
I think Rod's ready to host another contest.
Well, you're going to start one up?
I'm just messing with you.
You're starting one up? Nice. Where do I join? I want to start.
Which Hawaiian island is the best to visit for vacation? Wow. It all depends on what you want to do because all the 4 islands are totally different.
I heard Brian wanted to make 4,000, do the March Madness bracket pool. Everybody send your bracket to Brian.
No, we would get it. There's programs you can buy. Someone willing to catch a murder case. I don't even understand what that means. Is that a threat to me? I don't even know what that means. Someone gonna kill me? That'd be shitty. That'd be a bad day. Oh, man. Wow.
I don't get what that means either. What is that? Someone is willing to catch a murder case to meet. Mitch is definitely a big. Oh, someone's just trying to meet you as a big fan. No one's trying to. Okay. They're saying is that someone's trying to. You're the investigator and you're trying to catch a murderer on this case.
Oh, all right.
So
that's good.
You as
We're
a
good.
big fan, it's like it's just that was their analogy to the big murder, catching a murderer.
I mean, I've caught the death threats over the years. It's like it happens. I've caught a bunch of them. It really doesn't matter. I'm still standing, at least for now. But so, anyways, back to Sarah's question: what's the best Hawaiian island to vacation on? So, all the islands are different, and if you really are serious about that, you can email me, Mitch@pickdogs.com, and I will help you out. I'll tell you the difference between the 4. Of course, I know them all well. I live here on Maui. I love it. I don't know if it's the best vacation island of them all. It's one that you would definitely want to visit. I think the way to do it on a Hawaiian vacation is to break it up, but the one that I would skip is Oahu because it's like most of like a city, and Honolulu's there, and there's great surfing there. So I don't know. The thing is, like, if you go outside of Honolulu in Oahu, it's awesome. It's beautiful. It's amazing, But Honolulu's like a big city. But Kauai is amazing. But there's spots there where it's dead Wi-Fi, and dead cell phone. It's not a very big island. I mean, you just drive down the street. But when I visit Kauai, I have to, if I have bad Wi-Fi at the place that we're staying, I have to get into the car, plug my phone into my computer, and my wife will drive the car until we could find a good spot. I'll be doing one of these, and then I'll upload the videos that way. That's one of the things, but it's beautiful, amazing. The Big Island has the volcanoes. It's a lot more big, and it's amazing. Rains like hell every time I'm there. But it's, if you want to see like live active volcanoes, which is a very cool thing. I was there when they were erupting. It was pretty amazing. And, like I said, here on Maui is pretty sweet. But anyways, let's get back to some basketball. Got Rice and Southern Miss, North Dakota State, Oral Roberts, Gonzaga, BYU, Fullerton, Poly. God, Poly's bad. Just terrible.
We already did this. Remember, I gave out BYU.
Who'd you give out, Rod? Did I cut you off?
No, we went on a tangent about things, so that's all good.
It happens.
It happens. No biggie. So, for me in the spot, I like Rice. They already beat Southern Miss twice. I think they just whoop them up again. Just give me Rice to beat them again. And I like CS Fullerton lay the points. Cal Poly is that bad. And I'm going to go the other way, give you the Zags minus the 14.5. I think they blow up BYU today.
So, actually, the NBA season runs into July and August this year. July it runs into. I'm not sure it runs into August. August, there'll be preseason football. It's also, I don't know. We've done it before in August, so it's not a big deal.
I'll tell you, over the years, preseason football, NFL, has been big money.
I think there's the Olympics this year. So those like Olympic basketball betting too. And then there's, I don't know. I know Rod likes to bet on track, but I'm not a big
No, we got CFL. We got Canadian Football League. We'll have WNBA.
Is that going to start in June?
We're not going to cover that here. That's for sure. Not on this
CFL start in June?
I couldn't tell you.
No, I'm asking Rod. CFL is June. Yeah.
June, yeah.
Oh, I like this.
I do have my WNBA shirt I could wear for a couple shows.
My favorite CFL team is
Hamilton, Montreal.
No, the Red and Black. The Red Blacks.
Ottawa Red Blacks.
What about Waikiki? Waikiki is in Oahu. It's a pretty cool thing, if you've never been there, but it's super, super touristy. So it's not like the remote Hawaii, It's like a bunch of hotels right on it's Hawaii, right? It's an unbelievable beach. And I'll tell you, over by Diamond Head, there's some pretty good surfing. There's a good surf spot right there. So if that's your thing. I don't surf as much as I used to, but I certainly planning on getting back out there. I got super injured, so I've been healed up for about a year, though. Time to get back out. I'm happier when I do that.
Yeah, I got to cross that off the bucket list. I got to get out, see Hawaii once in my life at least.
I think all my premium picks are in this time slot. This late time slot. Not sure. Anyways, I got videos on everything. I lost my place. Did you give your picks, Rod?
Yep.
All right. Let's take a look at some line movement since it's happening here. See if any of these games the line has moved since filibuster here. So the Duke line is still at 13. There's a few 12.5s out there still. Notre Dame is at 8. Quinnipiac, Iona is the one that's on the move here. This one looks like it's going to go higher from 6. Manhattan, 2 points now. Northridge, 2.5. Fullerton is at 5 over Poly. So it's dropping. Dropped a full point. The Fullerton Poly game. Some big money coming in on Poly. Drexel Elon, 4.5. Cleveland State Oakland sitting there at 2.5 still. Some 3s. Oral Roberts, North Dakota State. North Dakota State back to -1. Gonzaga 14 and some pressure there. McNeese 2s and 1.5s, mostly 1.5s. Houston Baptist 1.5s, 2s. And Bryant 6.5s and 7s, quietly moving up. Go to NHL. Any games today?
Are we doing our commercials?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got my Brian Bittler's Sent from Heaven 3-pack off a 3-0 sweep yesterday. I got my 3 best bets. I'm 494 and 410 over the last 4 seasons of college basketball. That's 55% winners, close to $38,000 in profit. So grab this 3-pack for $40 or get my college basketball tournament pass, $250 at pickdogs.com premium picks.
And for me, I got Tackle the Book Tuesday, 2 college basketball best bets, and 1 10-star NHL play of the day. Loving these 3 plays.
Yeah, see, people will say, how much it costs them they bet this pick or they did this one, but what they don't say is that, like I said on my premium picks, I was 2-1 yesterday. Brian was 3-0. If you would have bought the 2-day capper package or whatever, a 3-day 2-capper package, you would have been 5-1 yesterday, right? So, no, he's a liar. It's like, anyways, if he lost $1,000, how did we do in the premium picks yesterday? Did we lose every game or something?
The premium YouTube, I was 2-0. You were 1-1.
Yeah, Roger.
And I went 0-2.
0-2, so we were dead even.
Oh,
right. 2-0,
Yeah.
1-1, 0-2. So that's dead even. So if you lost $1,000, that means your juice was $1,000. So you had to have bet $100,000. Is that how it works? Or 10,000?
I would guess somebody attempted to parlay them all up.
No, he's they're a liar.
Nobody tells people to parlay those picks up.
Nobody did.
No.
I don't know, man. I just don't like liars.
No, I'm with you. Just irks me.
The difference between Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs is that Pick Dogs is more focused on the video side, and Sports Chat is more on the written website. I always bet individual games. People ask me that all the time. I get that question often. I don't know. I think if you've bought the premium at the beginning, we haven't won every single day and every single show, but I'm going to guess we've hit a lot more winners than losers. I know I've had a lot more winning days. I think I've had maybe 1 or 2 0-2 days since the whole thing started in the last month on that premium show. I've had more 2-0 days than 0-2 days, and it's a bunch of 1-1s, and some days I've given extra. So, I don't know. I guess we just, some people, this is what they do for their entertainment. Go on YouTube channels and lie about people. I have no idea. Yeah, you don't have to even thank us. I think by signing up, you've thanked us. But I don't understand I don't understand this. I lost $1,000. I lost $10,000. I lost whatever. It's like, then you're a bad bettor. If you lost $10,000 on a 500 day, you're a bad bettor. Right? I mean, that's hard to do.
I don't know how do you do that.
He's just trying to get around.
Pepperdine lost, but they covered, right? I didn't even watch the game.
Yeah, Pepperdine covered.
I didn't watch the game.
They covered.
Easy. They lost by 5 or so, and the line was 9, 8.5.
Speaking of games I don't watch. Oh, what are you selling today? 3-pack?
Me and Rod both told
3-pack.
All right, I got a 3-pack. I might add a few games. I see a few that I really like. So wanted to wait and see what the line movement was, because these lines came out so late, and the next few days are going to be like this too, and that's why buy the longer term package. It's cheaper. It's like a better deal all the way around. And this way, if I have picks to add, it's like, oh man, I bought the 3-pack and now you got a 5-pack. It's like this way you just have it all. It's March Madness. Speaking of games I won't be watching, Pitt, Rangers, Columbus, Florida, Toronto, Winnipeg, and Islanders, Bruins. Any of those 4, Brian?
Well, I see lots of value, but I'm going to zero it down to 2. I like the Islanders at home at this price against the Bruins. Bruins coming off that loss to the Devils. I think this is a statement game for the New York Islanders. They want to come out and beat one of the best teams in the league. They got to do it. Nashville Predators, you're getting plus 180. I know the Hurricanes, one of the best teams in hockey, but that's just a huge price for a road dog. And I'm going to lean towards the New York Rangers. Just too many people back in the Pittsburgh Penguins here. I think it's up 7 cents from where it opened. I think you're getting value with the Rangers on the road.
For me, I'm gonna stick with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh at home is 10-2. We'll stay with Pittsburgh at home. That's why everybody's betting Pittsburgh at home. I think they watched our show too. I think they're tired of being called overpaid bums. So I'm gonna take Pittsburgh in that one. And I like the Florida Panthers over Columbus. They're just the hotter team right now. I'll take the Panthers. Keep rolling. And I'm going to go against I'm not taking the Islanders. I'm going to take Boston here. This is the Islanders just can't keep beating Boston every game so far. This is a game that I'm quite sure that Boston had circled. But they didn't. They played a bad third period and they lost 7-2 against the Islanders. Boston comes back and gets the win in that one. They're ready for the Islanders today.
Just reading through the comments, a lot of people talking about the premium picks, and yeah, I get it. It's like it's your money, you work for it. Plus, you bet on the games, but I don't even agree with some of the picks that are given out on the premium. I gave out a consensus pick yesterday, and I said I'm on the other side. I mean, I even said it on the show, on the premium show, right? It was like the consensus was Georgia State. I'm like, I love App State. It was a unanimous consensus too, right? It was like, oh man.
The premium show is a tool for your tool belt, like anything else.
Yeah, we're certainly. I can guarantee you one thing about the YouTube premium, and about any premium picks and any picks at all, except from some of these internet guys out there and these Twitter guys especially. You will not win every game. You will not have a winning day every single day. I know the guys on Twitter and some of these other places, they claim they do. I mean, some of these people have people on their shows, they don't even know about betting. Right? They don't even handicap games. They're just giving out picks. They're not even a handicapper on the site. Right? So, it doesn't even make sense, right? It's like, you're not a handicapper on our you're not good enough to be a handicapper on our website, but we'll just have you give out picks. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I don't get it, right? Stupid. I like all the dogs. I like the Jets here, especially against Toronto. Looks funny. Rod, why are the Jets such a big dog here? I don't follow hockey, but they're both 7-3 in their last 10. They both have winning records, and we're getting plus 154 in our money on the Jets against the Leafs. Why is that?
Because the public is enamored. Well, Leafs are one of those. Leafs are like the Yankees. It's everybody jumps on them. They're a very public team. I'm with you. I'm going to go the other way. Give me the Jets today.
All right.
The Leafs have lost 2 games already. Last 2, they lost 2 to the Canucks. So this is their first game back home, so they figure, the Leafs are back home. They're going to win. Give me the Jets.
Someone just said that I spend all my time talk my ass off about nothing. It's like, haven't you ever seen the show before? It pretty much is the show. It is a show about nothing with some picks sprinkled in. I also like the Rangers here, mostly the plus 135. I'm on the Blue Jackets a little bit. Sprinkle on the Blue Jackets, a plus 110. Islanders, Bruins. Hell yeah, baby. Boston Bruins with black and gold and plays golf every April. Boston Bruins, baby.
I thought you were talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins there.
Could be.
Black and yellow and white, and they love to play golf in April.
Everyone's pick on the drive-through lost. Everybody. Ever.
Not mine. I gave out Ducks on the drive-through.
Yeah.
I gave out the Ducks plus 120 and it won.
And it won. Yeah. And then Kevin Thomas gave out the under in the Oilers game, so it won.
Yeah, so
I gave out.
So what we have is a liar, right? So, I mean, this is the person that made the comment is just a liar, right?
Sounds like the same guy I kicked out of the Facebook group, I bet.
Someone said to me yesterday that I shouldn't care what other people think, but this person made a full decision and a full judgment on me only based on what other people told them, right? It's like, you want to talk about a hypocrite, you know? Here's a person that made a full judgment about me. I've never talked to them one word. They know nothing about me except what they've heard from other people. And they said, why do you care what other people think? It's like, what, are you dropped on your head? It's like, how much of a hypocrite can you possibly be if you could say that in the same conversation, right? All I've heard are bad things about you. It's like, but, you know, why do you care what other people think? And it's like, there's your proof right there, because you made an entire judgment about me and made really incorrect assumptions, you know, about me, just really, and made some really horrible decisions on top of it. I mean, horrific, stupid, dumb. I think we dodged a bullet. It's basically what happened. I know we dodged a bullet.
Definitely.
And we could find a talentless dumb anywhere. Tony T, no more ideas from Tony T. Good idea, Tony. We'll file it in the Bittler stand.
Yeah. I've had a few gems.
I'm not stressing. I don't stress.
You gotta keep throwing them up, because every once in a while one sticks.
No, they do. I'm the same. This is what I tell everybody. You know, and it's the truth. And I work with all the really big companies. I don't work with like all the little crap sites, you know, Docs and like all those guys, right? I don't work with them, you know, we're not friends, you know, any of those things. I work with the big companies, right? The heavy hitters and, you know, the FanDuels, the DraftKings, the, you know, ESPNs, right? These are the people we work with. You can see them on our site, right? And it's like, you know, I don't know where I was going with that, but it's like, I don't know. I forget what I was talking about. It doesn't really matter, does it? Let's get to Flyers versus Buffalo, Washington versus Jersey, Carolina versus Nashville, Detroit, Tampa Bay, and Dallas versus Chicago. Oh, this is what I say. I'm sorry. Where I was going with that is, we've never failed in anything that we've ever done because we haven't tried hard enough or given it an effort. We've only failed because we've had some bad ideas. The only things that have failed that we've ever done are just things that were bad ideas. Not because we didn't, you know, give it a full effort, not because we were unable to pivot, right? Because we were too stubborn, right? We've never failed because we were too stubborn to pivot. I mean, you see us pivoting, right? On drive-through, look at the change, you know, since from start to, you know, to where we are now. And it's going to pivot again. And at Sports Chat, Pick Dogs, we change all, you know, things are working. Things aren't working. We change them, you know. Things are working. We go after, we hit it harder, right? But it's like, we've never failed because we haven't tried hard enough, you know. It's like, we have some I've had some bad ideas. Some of my best ideas, crickets. Some of my like ideas that were afterthoughts, people are just like, I love the way you did. Like, right? You just never know. You never know unless you try. But some people are just cowards, right? It's like, or just stupid. I think when coward meets stupidity, then that's when you start to see things go in a hurry. Anyways, I'm so off topic here, man. But let's get to it. Flyers, Sabres, Caps, Devils, Hurricane, Predators, Red Wings, Lightning, Dallas, Chicago.
Yeah, I think out of that group, Buffalo Sabres have lost 7 straight games. Flyers off 2 straight losses. I think this is a 1-goal game. I think the Flyers win this game by a goal, so I'm going to take the Sabres plus the 1.5. I think I see 3-2, 4-3, somewhere in that range.
Someone said Rod is going to be fired today, going 2-0 in his premium. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like I always say, sometimes you want to jump on the guy who wasn't so hot yesterday, right? Because it's like the odds of them stringing together losses are slim. I'm kind of he's probably on the other side of all my picks, though. That's the problem. He might be. I have no idea. He was yesterday.
Just one.
Just one. I'm gonna get. I swear I've not looked, but I probably know which one it is. Anyways, it's not the Jets.
It's definitely not the Jets.
All right.
In this time slot, I like the New Jersey Devils here. You're getting nice plus money. We got New Jersey Devils. They hang around. They don't. They're 7-2 on the puck line. They hang right into these games and they sneak wins in. I'm going to take the New Jersey Devils on the money line. I think they sneak a win over the Capitals in this one. I also like. I'm going to take a shot with Detroit here. The world's on the Lightning, and you're going to give me. I can find 3-1 on my money for a team to win. I'll take a shot here with Detroit. Look at the value on that. 3 times your money. Beating the Lightning. I'll take a shot with Detroit. And the last one I like is Dallas. Give me the Dallas Stars here over the Blackhawks. Yeah, the Blackhawks have played some good hockey, but Dallas at home here is another beast. Give me the Dallas Stars at home. Money line in that one.
I think I'm gonna go puck line here on the Red Wings. You know, the regular plus 1.5 on that one, and the straight up. There's enough there. There's enough meat on the bone. But look at these dogs, man. Sabres, but the Sabres are so bad. They've screwed me so many times. It's like I haven't even watched the game, but I can tell you they stink. Because you know how I know? You know how I know? You know how I know? Every dollar I bet on the Sabres has gone out the window. I send money out. It doesn't come back. It's a bad sign. I'll tell you where the money has come back this year is the Chicago Blackhawks. We've caught them as a dog a bunch of times, right? 13-8 on the season. We'll take that. How about the Predators?
They're a scrappy bunch.
Yeah, they are a scrappy bunch. I loved living in Chicago, man. I loved it. I was a real Chicago. I embraced it, man. And I'm not a cold weather person. I was just like, you got to just embrace it. I wore the parka, you know, I had the whole face mask. Man. My first winter in Chicago, my first day when it was cold. I got to my office. I typed into my computer, face mask. To order one. It was so cold, man. The difference between like New York and Chicago, I've lived in both places. The difference in New York is that people are concerned about their looks no matter what. In Chicago, it's like, it's all out, whatever it takes to stay warm. It doesn't matter. Like the goofier the hat, I don't care. It's freezing, you know? It's like, I got 6 pairs of long underwear on. I don't care. I'm freezing, you know? It's like, whatever. Whatever it takes. In New York, it's like they have to have the leather coat, and you know?
Here it's I wear long johns, and then I pair of sweatpants, and then you put another pair of pants over that, and then yeah, that's good. You're good for pants that way. You have to. Minus 50.
Anyways, let's get to our parlay section, parlay segment, and then we'll wrap it up. It's a long show for a short amount. I think we wasted a lot of time. It happens. I got carried away. I get sidetracked. It's raining outside, so I'm not going to play golf. I got nowhere to go. I got nothing to do.
I'm trying to get on a nature walk today. So.
Maybe I'll take Sam to the beach. It stops raining.
Rod, we ready for part?
Yeah, Rod's parlay. Waiting.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go. I got 2 for you. We're gonna go 1 in hockey, one in hoops. Hockey 1. We're gonna go Devils, Dallas, Detroit. Hoops. We're gonna go Iona minus the points. CS Northridge minus the points. CS Fullerton minus the points.
Anyone buys a weekly, monthly, or yearly subscription today of any capper or 2-for-1 capper, it's a yearly, weekly, or monthly package, okay? Any of those three, I will match it with a free consensus report for the entire time it runs. So if you buy a March Madness, like someone's month package, you'll have the consensus report for all of March Madness as well to go with it. You just have to let me know. Send me an email, after you purchase it, and I will match it. Today only. Yeah. 1 day only.
Oh, that was a good month sale that we did back at Christmas.
Oh, when I did it for Christmas. The whole month? Should we do it for March, for the entire March? I'd have to send an email out. Nah, I'm not.
I would.
I'm not. I'm not.
Then you're gonna have to answer like 100 emails.
Yeah, I don't have the time. It's too busy of a month. All right.
My parlay.
But these are the regular premium packages, not the YouTube premium. The regular premium packages at the site, not the YouTube premium monthly. If you bought a monthly or during the month of March up until today, email me or a weekly, a monthly or a yearly over the past week. Email me. I'll take care of you. I'm flexible. It's like I'm pretty easy. I'm a pushover. All right, you got me.
That's what the Blue Hose said.
That's what the Blue Hose say. Tony Brown is always like, they're all over you at Caesars with that Rolex. They're all over you at Caesars, man. You got the Rolly. You go, Brian?
No, I didn't want to
get caught in an avalanche. The dam broke here yesterday, by the way. We had so much rain. So for all those people that are flooded and out of their houses, man, we wish them support. We'll hopefully find out where we can make a donation. Pick Dogs will definitely be donating to that cause.
Yeah, for my parlay, I got Duke minus the points, Manhattan Jaspers minus the points, and Oakland plus the points. I really like that parlay. I'm going to hit it up for $100, $200.
Miami Duke Wake, all ACC, 3-team parlay. Notre Dame looks too easy, right? Too obvious.
You never know. Wake could outright them.
Wake could outright them. They could.
Wouldn't shock me.
Wouldn't shock me either. Wake, Miami, and Duke. I just can't get there with Boston College. I wish I could. Thanks everyone for joining us. Sorry for all the side chatter, but not sorry. I appreciate every one of you. We'll be posting the premium YouTube in probably like 10 minutes or so. You'll get a notification. You can see our monthly packages at our site, pickdogs.com, the weekly packages. And like I said, if you bought a weekly or a monthly or a yearly within the past week and you want a free consensus report to match the entire time period of that, just shoot me an email, mitch@pickdogs.com. If you do purchase one today, shoot me the email, mitch@pickdogs.com, and I will match that with a consensus for the entire time. So thanks, everyone. Have a great day. We're going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Someone told me that they want to hang out with the adults, and that wasn't us. So, the same conversation, with the hypocrite. It's like, oh, they want to hang out with the adults. It's like, you really know nothing, do you? Anyways, we're going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.